86.
Go.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 44th installment of Bullsitting on TSWS Gaming. This week we have Xbox laying off thousands of employees, Returnal setting a date for their betrayal of the ever-elusive unicorn that is platform exclusivity, and Forspoken having its first hour leaked. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is the lovely Cozy Beluga, the incomparable Ham Solo, and the fantastically sounding killer that is called Classic Cage. I now call her Triple C. Go check out her videos this past week. She was just savage, slitting throats left, right, center, up and down, everywhere. Just
Dang, Loke need a towel right now. Loke, wipe your mouth.
I mean, she did. She was just bodying people. She was. You know, that is an honest assessment of what happened.
Though.
It was a lot of bodying.
Loke ain't lying though. No cap though. Like Cassie's been going.
Shit, man.
She's been going wild lately, and you know what? I'm with it. Do your thing.
I think at this kind of need people like that to say this is the line, and we're tired of it being habitually crossed. Like people that are willing to have like a reasonable conversation. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
habitual line stepper.
Literally.
It just reminds me of the
there just to check everybody.
Yep, Chappelle Show classic. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm cool with people that are willing to have a reasonable conversation. But people that are unwilling and just act insane, I'm done being nice. I guess it's one of those things where I don't understand modern day gaming anymore in terms of like what are we doing with how some people choose to act with the whole Frost situation. Like that's not cool, and I'm tired of people thinking.
I would say your numbers say that you understand modern gaming perfectly. Anyways, before we partake in this week's session of digital savagery, tell me, Cozy, are you feeling rosy?
Absolutely.
What you been playing this past week?
So I just finished up Weird West. Long journey, but I just finished up. Solid experience. Highly recommend it. And just in time for, you know what? Monster Hunter.
I said
Monster Hunter.
Nice. Okay. Everyone's talking about Persona 3 and 4. You're talking about Monster Hunter. Okay. Sure. Let's go with that. Okay, Cozy. I will step back right now. Ham, what you been playing?
Ark Survival Evolved. Like a maniac.
That's your deal.
Like I've put in probably like 25 hours this week of Ark alone.
Okay.
Wow.
This week. Yes. I thought you were going to say 25 hours total. I was going to be like, stop the cap. You put in 25 hours in a day. You do that in a day, Ham Solo. That's what you do. You make an extra hour. You make an extra hour just materialize just for Ark. That's what you do.
Did you eat any poop though?
No, I didn't because I'm too low level to do that. They'll kill me too quick. But I tell you, every time I'm done with that game, it's not like I'm done like any other game where it's just like, ooh, I hit a save point, I'm done. It's more like I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Yep. And I'm like damn near smacking the controller out of my own hand, like, go to bed. It's fucking 4 in the morning. Stop.
Yep.
That's how that game is for me.
Go and say goodnight to your daughter. Go and handle your marital, responsibilities, stuff like that. Cassie, what you been playing this past week?
Been a lot of things. I started playing Bulletstorm. That's like a 360 game I missed out on. And it's pretty cool. It's like a first-person Gears of War.
Oh, that's on my list.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Runs really well on PC. Been playing a lot of golf with your friends, with like a bunch of people in like the game community, like Blaze, 4K, Red Hood, 420, BitCloud Gaming. That's sort of like a game that you could just throw on with anybody. You guys, I don't know if you guys have tried it, but highly recommend it if you just want to chill out with some homies and play a little mini golf. It's really fun. this new game that's been out for like a month. It's called DKO Divine Knockout. That game is really fun. Actually, after this, I'm gonna get off and get the Monkey King dude because he looks sick. So, and I always throw in Fortnite at some point during the week, just try to
Oh
get my
no.
Staple.
Yes,
Your
yes.
dailies. You need that.
We have
Yes.
evidence. We now have video evidence that Triple C is not perfect. She plays
No.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Fortnite? There is a game for everyone. There's nothing wrong with Fortnite.
You know what? It's one of those things where it's like, is Fortnite garbage? Yes, but is it better garbage than just about every multiplayer game out right now?
You know,
Certainly,
I love that you
yes.
admit that it's garbage. I love it. I love it. It's
Sometimes-
perfect.
Yeah, sometimes, man, I love
You have
some
redeemed
good
yourself.
garbage.
It's fine, but you're honest. You know, like these people that be capping for garbage games and pretend like they're masterpieces.
No,
I can get behind that.
I love
as you guys
plenty
can
of
see from my
garbage
background,
games. I love plenty of
you like
terrible
art.
Me
games.
too.
You like Ark, for example.
No,
So,
Ark is
you don't have to
Ark is
tell
a
us that.
fantastic
You
game.
don't have to tell us that. We know.
That's-
We know.
Dad,
man. We
you
know.
can eat your poop in Ark. It can't be a bad
It's
game.
funny
if
to
you
hear
eat
the
your
guy
poop.
in the suit and tie, but you don't know. You don't know the worth of this game is insane. The worth of if you look into the numbers of this game, it's wild how many people stuck around and how many days people have put in this game. I'm not capping.
If player count was so important, NFTs would be the greatest thing that ever happened to gaming.
That's
It ain't
cap.
shit.
That's cap.
Thank you, ladies. Okay, whatever. As you guys can see from my background, I am now back to the civilized parts of Africa. So my internet should be better. My
civilized
lighting,
part?
clearly.
Oh,
Shut up.
Where-
Anyways, welcome
I know
to
Texas is
everyone.
civilized.
Touches
Wild
Hawaii Gaming, welcome. You were first, bruv. Dre Watson, welcome. Stanley Francois, what's happening? And of course, Doomsayers Network, what's going on? My Texas brethren, Fortnite is the shiz nick. Of course you would say that. Of course you would say that. I think Doom is capping for Fortnite because he's scared that Triple C is gonna get him by the kneecaps. So it's just like, yo, Triple C, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm an ally. All right? What? Damn. Anyways, let's get to it, people, because we've got a bit of a tight schedule today. I kind of messed up on the timing. Let's forgive and forget. So let's get to it. Microsoft job cuts reportedly include 343, Xbox, and Bethesda. This is from Game Rants. Microsoft's pending job cuts reportedly will include layoffs in their Xbox division, 343 Industries, and Bethesda after a series of high-profile acquisitions over the past few years. The massive tech company is scaling back the number of its employees. Rumors of Microsoft job cuts were confirmed earlier today, but it remains unclear which divisions will be most affected. So Microsoft officially confirmed that it will be cutting down 10,000 jobs. I'll say that again, 10,000 jobs. However, it was not clear which divisions would be hit the hardest. According to new reports, the company's Xbox divisions, Halo developer, 343 Industries, and Fallout Elder Scrolls Studio Bethesda will all be affected by this. While it's not clear how many jobs will be cut, sources stated that 343 in particular was set to be hit the hardest with these layoffs. Triple C, tell us, what are your thoughts on these cuts?
It's really sad, man. I mean, I think, at least the majority of us know what it's like to get laid off. It's, you typically don't expect it, or it's at the worst time, and fairly bad for these devs. I know a lot of people want to play the console war game with people's livelihoods, but I'm definitely not into that. I just hope that the devs themselves can find new work and manage to get back up on their feet. I mean, it's a new year, so maybe they'll get into a new endeavor that's hopefully better than their previous. And I do hope that the people that do remain at the studios that are affected by this, I hope that their workloads are still manageable and that they can still, accomplish the things that they do want to get done. And overall, it's really sad to see this. This seems to be like layoff month for a lot of companies. I'm just I just feel bad because I got laid off last year and that hurt me. I could definitely relate.
Yeah, that shit sucks. All right, Cozy, what are your thoughts on the layoffs in general?
Layoffs suck. I mean, I got laid off, but they're it's just the thing happening across the tech industry right now. So you'll see a lot of these companies with these layoffs, and it's unfortunate that people are treating this like it's something like console war and other things when it's really, people's livelihoods. And I just wish people the best. Hope they land on their feet.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually a good thing you brought that up because Amazon announced that they're firing or will be eliminating 18,000 jobs this year. Google will be getting rid of 10,000 as well, and Unity already got rid of 300. PlayStation got rid of like 2,000 last year, or the year before. So this is like a big slump that's happening for the entire industry as a whole. We're just reporting on Microsoft because it's freaking Microsoft. Ham, what are your thoughts on these these layoffs?
Well, there's two ways for me to kind of tackle at least the thought process. Do you want business ham or do you want personal ham?
Within you, which one of the two is dominating? When I ask this question, which one of the two is louder?
Okay, the one that's dominating is obviously like personal. On the
Okay.
personal side, because I mean, let's keep it real. Probably everyone listening to this or on this panel has lost a job before, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we all know what the immediate thought that runs in your head when you lose a job. It's like, fuck, what am I going to do? Even if you have money in the bank, even if you know that you're getting a severance, the thought process is still, tomorrow I would usually go to work, but I'm not. What am I going to do with that time to maximize my well-being, essentially? So on that thought process, I'm absolutely sad for anybody that loses their job when they were happy and content with where they were. Now, if you were out there, bitching about your job all the time, salty, coming into work, and you lost your job, I don't feel as bad for you. But if you really loved what you did, you gave a damn about who you worked with and who you worked for, those are the people that I like have a heavy heart for, because it's just like, man, this could have been your dream job and you just lost it. This could have been your dream job, because a lot of people, let's be real. When you get into a high name job like Microsoft, you didn't just slip and fall into that job. You applied probably proud and more than happy. And when you got the interview, you were stoked. So to get a letter saying you're terminated is not just a punch in the stomach, but it's a punch in the stomach, you heel over, and then a knife to the back. That's what it feels like. It's sickening. You want to vomit. Like, let's be real. So on that side, I
might be a little
absolutely
too
feel
real,
bad.
but
okay. Hey, I've got fired from a job that really wasn't something I loved doing, and I still felt sick because I was young. You know how it is when you're young, or for those of us that were privileged enough to have like a vehicle at age like 16, 17 years old, you're sitting there wondering, how the hell am I going to get gas? How the hell am I going to get insurance? How the hell am I going to pay regular stuff? These people at this company are adults.
How am I going to buy that
when I'm young? You got a mortgage, you got a car payment, you got all these random bills. You going on a canceling spree when you get fired from something, unless you set yourself up nice. And let's be real, most people don't set themselves up nice. It's the reality of the way that people, save money. I mean, if you look at statistics, people are not good at saving money. People are really bad. Even if you are balling out of control. I've seen people in nice ass houses and still broke. So it's just insane.
Thanks.
But that's all I got to say.
All right. So the second part of this question is according to to the story. Sorry, Jason Schreier. Anyways, the Michael Jordan of video game reporting. Joe Staten is set to leave 343 Industries to rejoin Xbox Publishing. Staten initially joined 343 Industries to release Halo Infinite and stuck around as director from the point onwards. So the second part of this one is everyone's losing their minds because Joe Blow apparently is Joe everything, and they're now people are speculating that this might be the end of Halo /343 for a long time. Cassie, what are your thoughts on this one? Do you think this is like a probable guess, or is just Joe? Is Joe's impact that big or not? Not really.
Well, when I look at the fact that these people at 343, some of them are losing their jobs, and I'm hearing that this individual who seems to be have a predominance in importance at 343 is leaving. I have to wonder generally is Microsoft low key like soft pulling the plug on Halo Infinite? It's one of those things where I'm not really sure what their plans are for Halo Infinite. They seem to go season to season, and things just don't seem to pick up for that game. And I mean, it's one of those things where I was excited for it. Out of like the main three that were launching at the time, Battlefield 2042, the Call of Duty, whichever one the last one was, that piece of shit, and then yeah, and then Halo Infinite. I was like, I'm gonna put my chips on Halo Infinite because at least the multiplayer is free to play. The single player looked interesting, and it's Halo. I've never been into Halo like my brother was the Halo guy, so I would casually play Halo. He was super into it, but I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool to give Halo a serious try. The wrong Halo to do that with, sadly.
Yeah. Well, the campaign was still pretty nice. Come on, let's be real.
It's interesting. It definitely harps back to the original, so it was cool in that front. But like generally, that game just ain't hit, and it doesn't seem like Microsoft is trying to revive it. It's just they're just trying to keep the pulse there. I mean, unless they tell me something different, I don't know, and it doesn't feel like they're serious about.
So you do believe that this might be because we don't have insider information. You do believe that this might be or could be the end of Halo for like 10 years, for example.
Well, I think that they do have a card up their sleeve. My prediction is I think some other company is making a new Halo, and they're just trying to drag Infinite along for a while, because it doesn't seem like that game is going to pick up given what Microsoft, the way Microsoft is going about Halo Infinite in generally. So I'm thinking that there is another dev team working on a Halo game. What that Halo game is, I don't know. Complete total prediction, honestly. But that's what I feel like you're gonna do, because it's like realistically, man. You look at 343's, you assess 343 as a company. Their Halo games have been kind of lackluster or very problematic. Like the Master Chief Collection came out broken. That collection was broken for a long time. I remember my friend was trying to play it last year on his Xbox, and for some reason, he's still having like issues just getting into the game. Don't know why. He tried it, it failed, and that's just crazy to me. That all this time, still weird things about that game. Halo, what is it? Halo 5, decent multiplayer. Single player. I literally had headphones listening to music while I was just mindlessly going through it.
God.
Yeah, it's just no investment
L in the chat for Cult Classic Cage. L in the chat. Someone mute this heathen.
It's just one of those things where their games just haven't been hitting, man.
No, I'm not even gonna let that slide. Cassie, you're in the naughty corner. 5 minutes timeout. Ham Solo, is this the end of Halo? For now.
No.
Damn.
Not in my opinion, not at all.
Have a think about it.
No.
Nothing?
No, not the end at all, in my opinion. I think everyone's overblowing this thing. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. I think everybody is way overblowing this thing. I know that there are some big things that happen that can't be ignored. Sure, Joseph Staten moved onto a different piece of Xbox. A lot of campaign developers were stripped out of Halo. If you've seen a message that came in through today from Joseph Staten, he actually said, actually, let me go on ahead and try to grab that real quick. So come right back to me here in a second. I'm gonna try to grab that because it's kind of important.
All right, cool. Let's go to the chat for a bit. Tortoise Hawaii Gaming says, "Hey, the Halo series relies too heavily on nostalgia." It feels like a cap to me, but okay. Cozy. So, two-part question: Do you agree with Tortoise Hawaii Gaming? And also, do you think this is the end of Halo for a long time?
I felt like the plug should have been pulled a long time ago, but
Wait. Explain. Plug from what?
I mean, you know, when you talk to people, it's like peak Halo was what, 3? It's all downhill from there. It's like just like watching people like be like, "Oh, I love Halo because I love these games I play." Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, first off, peak Halo was Reach, right? Campaign-wise, multiplayer. Yes. Campaign-wise, Reach was like their climax. They haven't beaten that, and they didn't make anything better than that before. But Jesus, all right, carry on. Sorry for
I do think it's time to like put the horse to pasture for a bit. Like, you know, there's but so much you can milk.
You know what though? Like, it's sad because I feel like Halo can have a massive resurgence. I genuinely feel that. It's a really great franchise. It's long-standing in its own right. I just honestly do not feel that these developers connect with Halo the way that they need to in order to bring out what makes Halo great. They just don't have it. They've had instances where one part of their game is decent, then the other part not so much. Or like it's just they don't completely connect with this franchise. And what I say is please let someone else try anything regarding Halo.
Guys that made Doom, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Let someone else that's prominent in first person shooters give it a go and see if there is life here still. Because I don't think that to have the same developer fall on their face like 3 different times and then say, "Oh, well, this franchise has no life in it." I don't think that's a fair assessment when this developer, I don't feel generally connects with this franchise.
But the gameplay is solid, actually. That's what makes it disappointing because I'm like, I'm not into it, but I actually think the gameplay is solid. And like,
solid.
It is.
Solid. She called it so. Okay,
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
All
Lord,
right,
I'm losing my mind. People call me the Sony pony on this show. But here I am capping for Halo. Seriously, solid. She called the gameplay solid.
So Jason Schreier had had something that came out that said, "I ran these bullet points by a few people. While it's true 343 is focused on on multiplayer, the stuff about the campaign DLC being scraped is false." I don't think there was much on that planned in the first place. And a lot of this is either wrong or just speculation. Which to me says a lot. And then on top of it, Certain Affinity's still working on a project for Halo. Let's not forget that. This game hasn't been said as, "Oh, it's canceled. Oh, it's stopping." Nothing like that came out. The only thing that happened is people are losing their jobs, which is not great at all, but it doesn't mean You know what? Bethesda is running into some of this problem as well. It says Bethesda had to release some employees too. Does that mean Redfall ain't going to come out? Does that mean Starfield is having more issues?
Yeah, it's not really
You know,
that important.
I feel like everyone's speculation is so fast. As soon as they hear any news that's maybe a little sad, a little jarring, or anything, doom and gloom. Doom and gloom. Everything's falling apart. Xbox is burning alive.
You know
No,
what? Like
I don't
but
feel
those
that way.
devs, I feel like, they have nowhere to go but up. Whereas with Halo Infinite, it just feels like it's dragging, man.
Okay, so so much to unpack. Okay, so Triple C, Doom, essentially trying to push this narrative that, and Dre trying to push this narrative that we need to get off, get Halo needs to stop for X amount of time, guys. There are
No.
16. Hold on, there are 16 Final Fantasy games. Okay, there's 7 mainline Tekken games. There's another 4 or 5 that are not mainline. All right, I don't even know how many Mario and Pokemon games exist. All right, the series doesn't need to take a break because there's many sequels. What they need is a new direction. But to say, oh yeah, give it some time. Doom says let it alone for 10 years. Certain Affinity can take it up, remake the story. No, they can make a new Halo game for 2026 and it'll be fine as long as the game is fire. All right, as long as the game is fire, that is fine. These are the games I can think of off the top of my head. But if I do a Google search on the amount of games of the amount of sequels of the top franchises, Halo doesn't even make it into the top 10 in terms of the amount of like sequels. So no, I'm not down with this whole thing that, oh, we need to let it breathe or whatever. No, keep them coming. All right. Just just let 343 do something else. I don't know what they need to do. Okay. We
Need to do something.
Hey man, anything but Halo, because clearly they can't do it. Doom out here with the threats, whatever, man. Bring it, bring it. I'll be waiting. All right, next. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Doom, you might want to leave the chat, bruv. Turn off YouTube.
Ooh.
Go and hang out with your wife, with your kids. Do something, bruv. Go play. Go play the devil spoken. Okay, go and do that for this next segment. Returnal PC version finally gets a release date. This is a 2-parter. I will admit, I know nothing about PC specs. That shit might as well be Chinese as far as I'm concerned. And I'll give you guys a little intro to it. So the game will launch on February 15th on Steam and the Epic Game Store. Additionally, this is where the Mandarin comes in. Additionally, Housemarque has updated its initial system requirements with Epic and ray tracing configurations. To play Returnal fully maxed out at 4K 60 FPS, up until this point, we're good. PC gamers will require and from here, nothing. An NVIDIA RTX 3080 or Radeon RX 6800 XT paired with an Intel i7 9700K or a Ryzen 7 3700X. For ray tracing at 4K 60 FPS, fans will need an RTX 3080 Ti or Radeon RX 6950 XT with an Intel i9 11900K or Ryzen 9 5900X. Tell me you guys know what the hell that means. Stop the cap. Don't nobody know what the hell this is. This might as well be like advanced calculus.
No,
Come
it's
on.
not. It's not.
Oh god.
So
All right.
From the perspective of Nvidia and Intel, yeah, I get it, but AMD, I don't know any of their shit, to be honest with you. So, in regards to this, I'm looking at the specs here, And I will say, to get this game to run at its peak, you got to spend a hell of a lot of money here. But I will say the level of entry is very reasonable. You need a 1060 to run at minimum, and that's 720p 60 FPS. 1060, that's I think the most still like the average GPU that they have, judging by Steam.
It's the new 750 Ti.
Yeah, and then an Intel Core i5. Like, I will say the 16 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, it's about standard, I guess, at this point. The minimum level of entry is reasonable, but if you do want to max this game out, you need a good ass PC.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at the minimum, and I'm like, oh, if I'm not in the minimum, I'm like, whatever, I'm not in the minimum. I don't even have a fancy ass PC, and I'm not in the minimum. Actually, the only thing that's like really, I only have a few settings that are off from like the, to max out, but it's not that bad.
For me, I'm pretty much at the recommended specs, so smack dab in the middle. I'd be running 1080p 60 FPS. I mean, I prefer 1440, but for the lock 60, I don't mind going down to 1080.
I'm playing 1080.
I'm not even gonna sit here and act like these idiots on Twitter that are trying to argue PC specs like they understand that shit.
So
right?
a lot of those people that are just like,
Don't even try
look
it.
at this that you need to run this game, and getting like, haha,
Yeah.
there, take it, PC gamers.
You know
The minimum
what?
specs aren't bad.
Do you guys know what my main pet peeve with people in the gaming community are? These motherfuckers.
Oh, here we go.
These
Here we go.
These dudes that literally all their life they played on console, and then they want to talk intricate PC specs and all this stuff just because they watch Digital Foundry. That literally, like, I just want to yeet you like across to the moon. Like, I can't deal with you. Like, if I know that you're a console dude and you over here spouting Digital Foundry stuff, I automatically disrespect you, saying, I don't want to hear your Digital Foundry nonsense next. Like, I'm sorry, I just refuse to hear you out.
They act like it's a pissing contest, and it's weird because almost most of the PC gamers I know are just like, it's whatever. They are literally running some Frankenstein on things that they cobbled together, and they're like, look what I can play. And I was like, how'd you get that running? And like, I know, right? Like,
All right. Like, seriously, you guys could have said, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was half paying attention when you guys were talking about all these numbers and whatever. I was just like, yeah, whatever they say, just nod your head. Try and act smart. Try to act like you know what the fuck they talking about.
there's also a lot.
Go ahead, Cozy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's also a lot of hey, here's the minimum requirements, but I'm gonna tell you something. There's also the how low can you go. Minimum requirements are usually a general guideline. They're not necessarily like, hey, this is what you need.
Solo, please clip the last 30 seconds. Cozy said, how low can you go? I need those 5 seconds. Ham Solo, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this whole PC specs or whatever for Returnal?
So as for
and also,
those
are you
that,
heartbroken? Are you also heartbroken
I'm
that
not
it's
heartbroken
leaving?
for this. I wasn't gonna get
leaving
it.
the console to the PC.
I'm not. I don't care either way about this game at this point.
Damn.
But as for like the PC specs for it, I think they're a little kind of confusing in the sense of like how many other games are very good looking, have a lot of mechanics in it, and need a lot less to run great. A great example of it is Death Stranding. Death Stranding on PC, I had at 1440p, high to ultra settings, and I was getting 150 frames. on my
Aren't you
3080.
just walking around though?
You walking,
Shut up.
running,
Co-
combat
Cozy.
driving,
How
combat
dare you?
driving. You are getting into a lot of fights. There some fast paced, some slow pace. I mean, Death Stranding.
Yeah.
It's a wild and really big game. Open
Yep.
world. Forspoken's open world, and it's asking for you to have everything to run the game at the highest settings. And I think that's BS. To me, that's just bad optimization.
Not wrong.
And that's where I go on that. That's my piece. I'm gonna keep
So
it
you're
like
not, you're
that.
not gonna cap.
But now
You're not
that's
gonna
a
cap
Square
for
Enix
the
issue.
quality of
That's
the
a
PlayStation.
Forspoken is like just a Square Enix issue, though.
Well, my thing is, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the Epic's settings right now, and this is 4K 60 FPS. Now, most PC gamers aren't using 4K. Most of them, I think, are still at 1080p. But
Yep.
you know, most of us also
Yeah,
like to mess around with 1440p. So you downgrade that to 1440p, man. You got a lot of room to work with here. And like I said, in Epic settings, is not with ray tracing. A lot of PC gamers aren't really messing around with ray tracing either. That's kind of that's really if you want to be all extra. And to me, most
all right.
games ray tracing.
Enough of this
I don't feel like
gibberish.
I don't feel like it's worth the
Let's.
performance dip.
We're here to entertain, not to educate. Totus Hawaii says,
Wow.
I sit close enough to my monitor to where I probably couldn't tell the difference between 1440 and 4K. Oh, wow. I think you need to lean back, bro. Just like 2 feet, three maybe. Yeah, like you don't want to just stick your face in there. I don't know. There's other things to stick your face in. Anyways, moving on. PlayStation makes a confusing claim about Dead Space remake and other games.
Really?
So I had a
We're just
very
gonna
big
pretend.
laugh.
You're just gonna say that and then say,
What happened?
Never mind. Just continue.
Why are you upset about PlayStation claiming all these games are theirs? What's the issue?
Just
Cody?
continue. You know what you said.
What did I say? Jeez.
Continue.
A new video. This is from Game Rant. A new video released by PlayStation is confusing some viewers by making inaccurate claims about the exclusivity of certain third-party games, like the upcoming Dead Space remake. For games like Dead Space Remake, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and other third-party games, text at the bottom of the screen reads, "Coming to PS5 only," which isn't really accurate. The text means that the games aren't coming to PS4 and are instead next-gen exclusive titles, but wording may confuse some into thinking the games are actual PS5 exclusive, not coming out for Xbox as well, which isn't true. Cult Classic Cage, please tell us, do you think this is a nothing burger, or is it like a big issue that we need to throw to the FTC about potential PlayStation fraud?
Well, I mean, you know, in the way of the world, language is everything. You know, how you say things can really dictate how somebody perceives something. That's why I do notice in modern day, people are very specific about how they say a lot of things because it does influence. So while I personally don't like on a personal level, I look at that, I don't really care, but I do understand that language is power, no doubt. So I mean, I feel as though it is slick. Whether it has to go to the FTC, I'm not going to pretend that I'm really knowledgeable on how far this kind of fraud can go, whether it's considered fraud, but it is kind of slick, you know. It is an easy way to influence people to think a certain way. And obviously, I mean, I will say all these companies are underhanded in some way, shape, or form. I mean, you see it all the time, and imagine the things that we don't see. You know, that's the thing that I think about too. But I don't really know if this should be addressed. Um, to me, I want to see where it goes.
Okay, so this is nothing for you then. It's not a big thing.
Personally, no, because I know better anyway. But for the average consumer that's not really involved, they won't know.
You think this would sway them to think, oh, this is an exclusive to PlayStation?
Yeah, I do think so. To the average consumer.
Yeah, because the article goes on to say confusing the issue a bit more is that the video also highlights some genuine PS5 exclusives and marks them with the same wording. PS5 exclusive games like Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16 can be seen along with the PS5 console exclusive Forspoken, which is technically coming out for PC as well.
Yeah.
So, to your point, yes. Cozy, do you think that this ad or the way they phrase the bottom thingy would influence the average person? Because clearly I know, Ham knows, like everyone here knows that these games are coming to Xbox and PC as well. But do you think this would influence your average normie user?
Honestly, I was going to say everyone kind of does this sort of advertisement where it's like, this is, they'll just only put their stuff. I don't like the phrasing PS5 only, but if they just put PS5 at the bottom, I guess I probably would have said that. I probably would have not thought about it. But it's specifically saying, I do think it's specifically saying PS5 only,
On purpose.
is a little different.
Mm. So Doomsay Anitra says, who the hell would want to see an Xbox logo on a PlayStation ad? The issue is not people wanting to see the PlayStation, the Xbox logo, the Nintendo logo, or the PC logo. The issue is before, like years ago, what you would see is just the PlayStation logo at the bottom. And no one said a damn thing. The problem is, like Triple C just said, language is everything. So when you put the whole picture together, what's being communicated is that Dead Space is a PlayStation exclusive, which is not true. Because point one, they put Dead Space, right? Then they put Forspoken, right? And then they put Jedi Survivor, and then they put Spider-Man 2. So and during this whole montage, it's just PS5 only. So for people that aren't you and me, and everyone else that's like a hardcore gamer, what's being communicated is all these games can only be played on PS5, which is not true. Ham Solo, do you agree with my mine, Cozy, and Cassie's deduction, or do you think we're nuts?
Nuts. Can you ask the question one more time?
So the question
Wasn't paying
is,
attention.
does the ad at the bottom, right?
Oh yeah, okay, I know
saying
exactly what you're talking.
PlayStation.
The word PlayStation only, all that stuff. No,
Yes.
no, like, see, that's genius. That's how I look at it. In my
For
opinion,
sure.
that's just
If they
genius
get
by
away with
PlayStation.
it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you get away with something and it's gonna help your cause, sure, by God, just do it. Sure.
But that's
You're
not the
trying
question.
to get people to your.
The question is,
okay, go ahead. My bad.
the question is, by doing what they did, are they essentially trying, or are they successfully hoodwinking the gaming normies into believing that these games that are not PlayStation exclusive are in fact PlayStation exclusive?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, to
Thank
your
you. So
everyday
you agree with
person, to your everyday person that isn't like in the news looking at all these games, or they don't really care about what the other side is doing, or they're just like
Exactly.
trying to get their access point into gaming. They're gonna see that just like I would to see something about like an insurance advertisement saying only place you can get this great deal on car insurance is at Insurance Plus. Call us at 1-800 blah 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 blah. I'm gonna go into that, believing that, and think, hey man, I'm trying to save me some money. Let's go. So you're gonna see that. You're gonna do whatever, to be proud of your product, and then by the time you figure out it's somewhere else, it don't matter no more.
Yep. Quick one. Rare dub for Doomsayer. He says, "Did anyone know the Ascent was coming to PlayStation?" That is a fair point. I
The
swear
Ascent, it's already
I did
on
not
PlayStation.
know. Yes, but I swear I thought it was an Xbox exclusive when it
No.
came out.
It
I swear
launched.
I believed it. It
Yeah.
launched day one on Game Pass. All the ads was Xbox. I believed it for sure. So yeah, that's a rare dub for Doom. It says it's going to get ready to set me straight. See you in a minute, bruv. Take care. All right. So the next one, guys, we need to quickly run through this one so we have time for the rest of the show. Ubisoft Paris workers encouraged to strike after CEO's comments. This is from Game Rant. A French trade union has requested that the Ubisoft Paris developers strategically strike as a result of the comments recently made by the company's CEO. I'm going to butcher the name, but whatever. Yves Guillemot. I think that's it. Essentially, after the Ubisoft CEO said 2023 is pivotal for the future of the company, he also told his staff that the ball is in their court to get Ubisoft out of its current slump. Fair or foul, Cassie? Go.
Yeah, I just feel like you know how these big wigs are, man. But I mean, to put all that pressure on your your employees is kind of feels like you're trying to put blame. I think the direction Ubisoft has went in is not on account of the smaller individuals that do work at the company. It's more so the direction that their higher ups have put them in. And it's like, oh, well, we messed up by the direction we decided to go in for the past many years, and now we're at a point where it has diminished our company greatly. But you guys have to dig us out of this. It's like this is not. I feel like any company that you end up working for, it's always a finger pointing game all the time. And unfortunately, I think that that's showing in this instance.
All right. Cozy, what's your take on this one? Ball is in your court.
Because it's so ridiculous. It's not. I'm pretty sure these devs would like to do more. Would like more say. Would like more what you call it. But you've seen what Ubisoft is doing. They're like, let's just throw everything there. We want everything to be 5 variants of Assassin's Creed. They don't want.
And they cancel 7 games in the space of 3 months.
And then say, oh, like the devs, it's your job to do what? To come up with another copy-paste game? That's the only thing that you're greenlighting? The only thing that you're okaying? Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
Right. Timothy, is this a thumbs down all the way? Or are you cool with Eves?
No, I'm definitely not cool.
Say his name. His name is Yves Guillemot.
Yeah, I'm definitely not cool with that. I
mean, say his name. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name. I called him like Guillemot yesterday when I was on the podcast. I didn't know that how to. Yeah,
I looked up how to pronounce his name. It's Yves Guillemot.
Wow.
Okay, whatever. I can't pronounce it, and I don't care because
That's so American of you. That is so American of you.
I really don't like whatever. I don't like what he said. So why do I care about his name right now? Like I mean,
if you don't respect someone, you don't respect them. It's science.
Well, I mean, I also don't know him, so like, I don't know whether he's worthy of my respect or not. But as of where it stands right now, I mean, what he said and I felt like the direction of what he said kind of said, "Hey, I need you guys to pick up what I dropped. I'm sorry." I messed up, and I know you guys are working for me. And I know you guys are working for me, but I'm gonna need you guys to be a little bit more responsible than me because I was dumb. That's how I read that message that he sent to everybody. We
Damn.
at the higher management areas made a lot of mistakes, and we need y'all to be frivolous. That's wild, in my opinion. Your guys' direction led us to now you telling us that, you know, the company's in our hands as developers and stuff. It's our problem. You know, it's just wild to me.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Lastly, we have the first hour of Forspoken has leaked. This from GameRant. So Insider Gaming posts Insider Gaming posts a story about a leak for the first hour of Forspoken, complete with screen capture video. The leak comes in via Reset Era forums and shows off Forspoken's slightly improved user interface, the initial cutscenes of the game, some gameplay footage, in-game items, combat, and more. Cage, did you watch the leak?
No.
Did you watch any of the video?
I sadly just don't care about this game. From what I've seen,
No.
it's just
Thank you.
There's
Me
no
neither.
confidence. How could anybody, any gamer have genuine confidence in this game? I just don't see it. It just feels like at this point, Square Enix has come to the realization, well, there's no way to release this game to get anyone excited for it, so we're just going to drop it and just let it die. Like, I just feel like they already know that this is a bomb, and they're just dropping it. And honestly, they with their specs for this game, if you think Returnal's bad, the specs for this game are a joke, absolute joke. And the fact that overall, just Square Enix needs to, the way that this game runs on PC, you just eliminated pretty much anyone from wanting to buy it on an entire platform. You're muted, by the way, Ham. But it's and
Lord.
I'm looking at the page, and it does have de novo anti-tampering.
Yes.
So that means that Square Enix I have a huge problem with Square Enix when it comes to PC. Time they drop a PC port of their game, it's always dog doo-doo unless it's a PSP remaster. That's sad how pathetic they are when it comes to PC. But this
That's
game,
facts.
Final
Fantasy was a freaking mess.
Nobody cares about this game. So I'm actually interested to see how many people actually went out of their way to watch the first hour of this game, because I feel like nobody cares.
Damn. Tell us how you really feel about for Trashin, according to Blind Giant.
I'm just frustrated because like Square Enix has so many good qualities about it, and they literally piss on all their good qualities any way that they can, anytime that they can. And it's a shame because I absolutely love them. Dragon Quest XI is like one of my favorite games in the past like few years, and I'm so excited for the future of like Dragon Quest. And I'm also like, Final Fantasy 16 is my most anticipated game. It's not like my vitriol is not because I hate this company. It's in fact because I love this company and I want them to do better because they're very much capable.
When's the last time Square Enix came out with a new IP and you were like, whoa?
I mean, for me, I'm a little. It's like I've been excited for their games, but at the same time, some of their recent new IPs are not bad. Like their Nintendo.
Not
their
that
Nintendo
aren't not
games.
that bad. I'm saying, whoa.
They're Nintendo stuff.
I don't think that. I think their Nintendo games are genuinely good. I'm just not very interested in them. So it's one of those things where I just look to them because I want Dragon Quest. Like that.
So
that
what
is,
Nintendo
I will go
game?
out of my way.
I want to know. I want to know what Nintendo game.
What is that? I forget the name.
Keep in mind, this has to be a new IP.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, I'm not interested in those games, but I see everyone's interest.
Astral Chain. That was fire.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Actually, Nintendo is
Made
the
me
only
want to get a
place
Switch.
where they're I feel like Nintendo's the only place where they've been like consistently releasing things that aren't bad.
Yeah, like people love the Octopath Traveler games, so that's cool. Like I said, I'm not into those games, but that is a new IP, and a lot of people that are fans of it love it.
Also, Triangle Strategy. Try that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do
Alright.
like that.
All right, Joe. We need to keep this moving. Cozy, did you watch the first hour of Forspoken?
No, I have no interest in that game.
Ham Solo, did you watch Forspoken? Did you watch the first hour?
You mean your game of the year?
Dude, I was capping hard for this thing. Now I'm just trying to hide under
Remember-
like a bucket.
You were capping for this game and talking
I was
all
being
this shit
ironic.
about Redfall.
I was being ironic. Do you guys not understand sarcasm? I was being ironic. Come
you
on.
were like, this is gonna be my favorite game.
Cozy, I've pre-ordered Hogwarts Legacy and that shit's coming out next month. Alright? Ain't no way I'm playing Forspoken. Unless I get a code, I'm not playing. Unless I get a code and I have to review it. Because even if someone wants to game share it, I'm good. Anyways, let's move on to game predictions. We only have 2 games next week, so this will be quick. First, we have Forspoken coming out January 24th for PS5 and PC. Cozy, what is the score for this masterpiece?
Wait, what game?
Forspoken. What's the score for this modern masterpiece?
71.
It's fine. It's gonna be a cult classic. All right, people are gonna be playing this in 2030. Ham Solo Forspoken.
It's gonna be
What's the score?
something. It's a game. It happened. It existed.
Well, maybe in 2030 it'll actually run at 60 FPS on a PC. Maybe.
That's just mean. I mean, he's dead already. Why are you still kicking him? Or her? Sorry. Why are you still kicking her? Come on. Also, maybe them, because we don't know how they identify. So, never mind. Ham Solo Forspoken. What's the Metacritic score? Go.
77.
77. All right, that's better. Cozy, Sensei 808 has a cool question for you about Gundam Evolution Season 3.
Okay.
All right. Cloud Classic Cage, what's the score for Forspoken?
I'm gonna give it a 73.
Lord, no one's giving it a 90. You guys are gonna be so wrong on this one. You're gonna be so embarrassed next week when it's like 95 or something.
The thing is
What?
the thing is
What?
it has to roll out properly for a game to get a good rating like this. And like
It'll roll, alright.
one of the latest games to have a similar issue to like rolling out properly, having things done on time, getting a good score because of it is Callisto Protocol. Callisto Protocol rolled out drunk.
Yeah.
Got out of the bed, just couldn't even really get his pants on properly.
To be honest with you, in regards to Forspoken, the only reason why I'm not giving it like in the 60s is because they only gave review codes to a very select few review
That is
sites.
suspect.
Yes.
That
Now,
is
if they
very
would have
suspect.
gave an
Sus.
immense amount of like reviews to like every site, I feel like they would dunk on the game, and I would definitely think it would hit like the 60s in Metacritic. I'm only giving it a 73 because it's not really that many review codes out there.
Ooh, Tortoise Hawaii. This is a nice take. I love it because I'm not super hyped for the game. But I hate it because you're now reminding me about the heartbreak that was Anthem. I don't want to relive that. So let's move on. Dead Space coming out January 27th. Cozy, what's the score for Dead Space Remake?
89.
Oh, yes, sorry. Dre, I already put you down for the 70. It's cool. 89 Cozy.
Yeah.
All right. Remake's better than original IP. Ham Solo, Dead Space Remake coming out January 27th. What's the score?
You must say 91.
91. All right. Cult Classic Cage.
People are so hyped for this game, but I don't think it's going to get... I think it could have got a higher score if it was new, like a Dead Space like 4 or something like that. And it had all the pretty visuals and a great story. I think it could have scored even higher than that. But seeing that it's a remake, I feel like 91 is perfect.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna say 89 because I feel as though, like, yeah, since it's a remake,
everyone is feeling this one.
yeah, because it genuinely looks really good. Like, honestly, I feel as though like some of these reviewers are definitely gonna take points off because it's like, oh, you get that. Oh, I can't help but feel like we've been here before. In it written in their reviews, and that's gonna like depreciate it. So I think it's the score at least a little bit. So I'd say 89. Uh,
Yeah, and speaking of this
No!
bullshit of we've been
I
here
said
before, do you guys see
89.
that article? Do you guys see that article where? Oh yeah, you did say 89. Triple C, you need to change your score. Do you guys see that
Okay.
article where one of these reporters from Kotaku was like, Starfield's gonna bomb because there's other games that have already made like space-faring RPG-ish games, and I'm like, what the fuck?
There can
So
never be
let's
enough
stop making
spacefaring
video games.
RPGs.
Let's stop making video games because everything's been done. If
Yeah.
your game is not 100% original and it has derivatives from somewhere else, don't make it. So we would have never gotten Ghost of Tsushima, would have never gotten Assassin's Creed 2 because Assassin's Creed 1 already came out. We have never got Metal Gear Solid 2 because the first one came out. Fuck Tekken 7, we wouldn't have gotten Tekken 2. Seriously. Anyway, Triple C, what's your score for Dead Space? Go.
Then I'm just gonna have to give it a 90 then.
Oh.
Wow. The score is going up.
Yes.
Oh man, this is gonna be so embarrassing for you guys next week. Anyway, game results. Persona 3 Portable. This one there was a tie because the score was 86. Gogo Post said 85. Ham Solo said 87. So you're both 1 point away. Can't give a point. Persona 4 Golden. The score was 90. Jeremy Brown hit it on the head. Perfect. Jeremy Brown. I don't know if you're there in the chat, but all right. Jeremy Brown scores. Fire Emblem Engage. The score was 82. And Cozy got perfect because she also said 82. So Cozy and Jeremy Brown 1-1. And the potential tiebreaker is Monster Hunter Rise. Score was 87. Cozy said 91. Am Solo said 89. Matt Likes Games 94. Gogopo 90. And Jeremy Brown 92. Meaning Ham Solo was the closest. But that means we have a 3-way tie. So for the second week in a row, we have no winners on game predictions. No winners on game predictions. All right. We're skipping notable tweets because we're kind of tight on time. And we're going to go straight, and I mean straight as a whistle, to quiz time. Wow, Cozy, what is going on with you? I don't,
I'm in your
I don't know who
head.
you are.
I'm in your head. I'm thinking all your thoughts.
Where is
all your
who the hell are you?
secret Texan thoughts. I know all your secret Texan thoughts.
You wouldn't be on the show if you knew all of them. But anyway, first we have that is an enigma. Ham Solo is going first because we have two women on the panel. So instead of saying women first, we're going to do the opposite. Ham Solo first. Cozy will go second.
Hoes. Oh.
I don't know who the hoes are in this question, in this statement, but anyways, Ham Solo, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Let's go.
What was that laugh?
I did not laugh. All right. So everyone in the chat is capping for Dead Space. This is gonna get embarrassing next week. Sorry, it's gonna get very embarrassing. Anyways, all right, Ham. First question: Squanch Game CEO and Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland has been charged with felony assault and battery in California. True or false?
True.
False. He has been charged with domestic violence, not felony assault.
See, this is why we don't trust you, Loke.
Guys. Ham, don't be like that. Come on. You know you trust me. You know you trust me. All right. Cozy, next one's for you. The most recent update to High on Life is named patch number 3. True or false?
True.
Correct. Cult Classic Cage. In the same update, patch number 3, the patch notes state that Global now farts more frequently. True or false?
True.
Correct. Ham Solo. It fits with the game. Ham Solo Fire Emblem Engage has a day 1 patch. True or false?
False.
It's true, actually. Cozy. The Last of Us co-creator Bruce Straley was not credited in the credits for The Last of Us TV show on HBO. True or false?
False.
True, actually. He tried to sue and is now advocating for unionization in gaming as a result. Anyways, Cult Classic Cage. Bruce Stanley has called for the video game industry unionization after being omitted from the credits of the Last of Us HBO show. True or false?
True.
False. I said Bruce Stanley.
You're a fucking. I'm sorry.
You heard it, Cozy. You heard
That's
it.
a real piece of
You
shit.
heard it.
He's a piece of shit.
name-
A piece of shit.
His name is Bruce Straley, and I said Bruce Stanley.
He set you up for failure.
Yeah.
I
you did.
enunciated it very
I
clearly.
bet he kicks his kids in the deep end and just be like, learn to swim.
You know what? When my kids play Tekken with me, I whoop their asses every single day. I juggle them mercilessly, like perfect all around. And how do I keep them coming back? I promise them more pocket money if they beat
Oh
me,
my god.
but they never beat me. Anyways, Ham Solo, HBO. HBO premiered its live action adaptation of The Last of Us on Sunday, January 16th. True or false?
True.
Am you there? Hello?
True.
False. It was January 15th, not 16th. Cozy, the show's sole writing credits went to Neil Druckmann. True or false?
False.
Correct. Craig Mazin is also credited. Cult Classic Cage. The Last of Us airs Sunday nights on HBO. True or false?
True.
Correct. Ham Solo, there are 3 titles releasing as part of the Epic Games Store free games program for the month of January. True or false? Can anyone hear Ham Solo?
No. I think he's talking to someone else. I think he's on the phone.
What is happening? Have we lost
He
Ham
has
Solo?
a life.
Phone call.
Buzz
Sorry.
off, Cozy.
Can you repeat the question?
There are 3 titles releasing as part of the Epic Games Store free games program for the month of January. True or false?
False.
Correct. There are 2 titles being released this month. Cozy. Attorneys at a firm known as Migliaccio and Rafford LLP have opened an investigation into whether Activision Blizzard misrepresented the effects of a particular gem players could purchase. True or false?
True.
Correct. Cult Classic Cage, Like a Dragon Ishin, will release on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S on March 23rd, 2023. True or false?
False.
Correct. It's coming out in February. Hamathy, The upcoming EA Sports PGA Tour has been on hiatus since 2018. True or false?
The upcoming what?
The upcoming EA Sports PGA Tour has been on hiatus since 2018. True or false?
False.
False. Correct. It's been on hiatus since 2015. So, Ham's officially out. Cozy's on 3. Cult Classic Cage is on 3. So, this is the last round of questions, and we're going to see if this is a tie or we might have
A
Cozy
winner.
getting 2 wins.
What? Why is he? Did you
Before-
hear that? Did you hear that? He's setting you up for failure. He didn't. He could have just said,
All
"We'll
good.
see who wins," but he was like, "No, we might have Cozy with 2 wins." He's setting you up for failure. Don't allow him to set you up for failure.
We're building.
It's all good.
Okay, let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat to build some tension. Sensei 808 says Cozy be livid right now. Lok 7 sounds like you need to fight, my king. Bro, if anyone wants to bring it on Tekken, you'll have my ads on
I'm coming
thingy,
down to
on Xbox.
Texas. I am coming down to Texas, and
You wanna
real
throw
life
hands,
Tekken.
Cozy?
We're gonna go real life Tekken.
Look, I don't want to end up in court, so let's not do that. Totus Hawaii says, I read a story that Callisto Protocol didn't credit 20 developers. What? 20? Oh, that's fucked up. Send me the link,
Yeah.
dude. Send me the link. That's wild.
Imagine being
That's
like,
wild.
"I worked on this game," and showing that to your parents, and then your mom's like, "I
Dre
looked at the
Watson.
credits and I didn't find you, Sonny."
True. Dre Watson. Honestly, when I read that article about the guy, the co-creator of The Last of Us, I'm like, bro, did you literally sit down and then just like press play and then slow it down just so you could read every fucking name until the last one? Did you do that for real?
To be
Anyways,
honest, I noticed that they said, I only mentioned Neil Druckmann, and I didn't really think that much of it. But I'm like, I thought he was just one of 2 directors for the original game, so I did vaguely notice it.
That's wild. That is
Yeah.
wild. Dre Watson says you can't trust an MF that's a LeBron fan. For real, dude. For real. Actually, I don't know who's referring to because I'm not a LeBron fan. I love my Lakers, and it sucked when LeBron signed because I still think he hasn't passed Kobe. But that's a discussion for another day. Anyways, winning time. Cozy.
Yes.
EA's PGA Tour games were named Tiger Woods PGA Tour between 1999 and 2014. True or false?
False.
True. Ouch. Cult Classic Cage, this is your chance to take the dub. EA Sports PGA Tour will officially launch on March 24th. True or false?
True.
Correct.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gents, she got the dub.
On
She
a
got the
guess.
dub. All right, so I know at this point I'm not even sure if you're a guest anymore. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, let me get the timer out. You get 1 minute to just go off and
Ooh.
say
Uh-oh.
whatever
This
the
is gonna be
hell
good.
you wanna say. Go.
All right, so I guess we can get back to ranting about the assholes that look at Digital Foundry because I just want you all to know that you're completely moronic. Most of you don't understand anything about PC, and you're on a console because clearly you don't want to deal with that. So stop pretending that you know anything about specs. You have a console that does everything for you, including you're using your brain. It just calculates what it needs to calculate for you because you probably can't do math. You can barely speak English, judging about how you guys speak on Twitter.
Fuck. Are you talking
And
about me?
and we really need to stop pretending that we're
Got 'em.
intelligent just because we look at Digital Foundry. Just stop it, please. And I have friends that do this shit too, and we don't really talk very much anymore. I actually kicked one of my friends out of my personal Discord server because I was just tired of his shit. But yeah, I digress.
You know, I usually don't interrupt. I don't think I've ever interrupted anyone doing their victory lap. Not once. Cage, you know what? Next time you want to say something to me, just say it to my face, all right?
Oh my
Or
God.
at me on Twitter. What
Oh.
the fuck?
No, trust me, I had someone in mind as I was
What?
doing this rant, but it was not you.
That sounded like a personal attack to me.
Not at all. I actually like your Twitter posts. I
You know what?
actually find a lot of entertainment.
Chat, I don't know if Cult Classic Cage is ever coming back. Y'all make sure you subscribe to our channel to make sure if you
Nah,
to make sure
we
you
gotta
see
bring
it in the
Loke
future.
down all the
He's coming
pegs.
back here.
We've gotta cobble Loke's legs. So yes, you gotta come back so we can cobble Loke's legs some more.
Sensei 808 says, we're doing PC. If not, I'd be on that box, but I don't want that TX internet funny business. You know what? Leave Texas alone. All right? Texas for the win. Anyways,
I love that
Contest
Luke
Cage
is in the
is-
struggle right now. Cassie has got him like,
If you let it in,
bro.
hell!
Did you know what, when you have time, rewatch this show, right? And then just go to her and listen to it. It sounds like she's talking to me and I'm pissed off. Right? I'm in my feet. You know what? Before we get to the last point, Cassie,
All
please
up, bro.
plug your stuff so we can go.
All-
You say that as you stab me in my back. Go ahead.
Well,
Oh,
I talk about a lot of gaming. I also talk a little bit about film that I'm interested in on occasion. So if you're into any of that, you're always welcome to check out my YouTube channel, which is Cult Classic Cage. And if you want some very good hot takes that don't disrespect Luke, I actually do agree with a lot of.
picks.
I actually on Twitter, I actually agree with Luke on a lot of things. I think that he has a lot of interesting things to discuss on Twitter. One of the few people that have interesting things to discuss on Twitter.
You
And-
kept
but if
thinking
you-
gonna come back, but okay, it's cool.
Of course I did. But yeah, if you want some hot takes on Twitter, you can always follow me there, Cult Classic Cage. So
All right. Yeah, y'all make sure to follow and subscribe. She's awesome. Also, anyone that hasn't liked, please like, ring the bell, subscribe. Go to the Patreon if you're feeling generous. Welcome, Jedi Knight Peter. Who's this? Watson says y'all done ban Triple C Lord Jeebus. Bro, we will ban anyone. We got that Microsoft money. Anyways, last point, I'd like to talk about hate watching, hate buying, and hate content creation. Don't do it. You only give the
Luke's
people
about to go in. Let's
movies,
go.
TV shows, video games, and websites exactly what they're looking for. Attention. For the people who are noobs to the relationship game, pay attention to what I'm about to say right now. The opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy. So next time you feel the need to validate the things that you dislike by giving them oxygen, ask yourself, do you want to laugh at the tire fire or do you want to clean the street? I'm not telling you what to do with your time. I'm here to tell you what happens behind the curtain when you react to all the bad content you see. What they're looking for is engagement, clicks, and notoriety. Note that I didn't say they want positive engagement or hopeful clicks. That's because, much like biology, the algorithm does not care about feelings. All it cares about is the facts and numbers. Numbers inform traffic, traffic informs profit, and at the end of the day, profit is the holy altar most of us bend the knee to. Just ask all the soon to be unemployed employees from Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Sony, Facebook. Take your pick. There, I've said my piece. Now go on and hate watch Velma again before pre ordering Hogwarts Legacy just to spite the libs. Thank you for listening.